uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.
Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball.
You can't stop me. Although I was told by several people that my body's not worth anything, well, maybe what I can do is my services are required by somebody. So we'll go ahead and, just give me the freedom and we'll work it out here. And let's go ahead and show a little bit of the fiat money bomb video here. Go ahead, let's do that.
Wow. 2010 was a huge year for us here at Silver Circle. We have tons of people talking about us, and, well, why wouldn't they be? We finished our principal photography, and now we're moving on to our second round of animation. We're really making progress here in the studio. And now that it's 2011, we can officially say the movie will be coming out this year. And I know a lot of you have been asking, where am I going to see this? Well, I got one word for you. Sundance. Well, actually 2 words. Sundance, hopefully.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the hopefully part here. What is it that we're going to have to do to make it hopefully? What is it you guys need?
That was our awesome Megan Duffield, who has been pulling so much of our online stuff together. And one of the really important things, there's 2 important things for a movie at this stage. One of it is to build a big community, get active community, so when it comes time to release it, there's an audience, and the distributors know that there's a lot of people really interested in this thing. And it's fun this way. It's like a rock star having fans. So we love that. The other thing we need is money, and we're interested in, we have this money bomb coming up February 1st. It's calling a fiat money bomb. And basically, it's like all the Ron Paul money bombs where you pledge now, and then there's one big day on February 1st where basically people fulfill their pledges to us, their lovely pledges to us. And this is how the liberty message gets into the popular media, into the mainstream media, and to movie theaters. And, it's a big push for us just to get the thing done and be ready for Sundance, but winning that and placing in that as one of the categories is going to be a huge push for liberty, and really encourage people.
Well, what categories are you going to submit it in?
As an animation, I think it would have to be in the animation, categories.
Oh, you just get to pick one?
Yeah, that kind of stuff is not directly in our control, but I think it would end up in animation. So, it might be in an independent film. They don't see a lot of independent animated films. It's a kind of a new category, right?
Well, this is one thing that I'm interested in. Go ahead and tell me about, we saw a little bit with Megan in the video there. They just showed a little clip of how you're using gridded out green rooms and people putting ping pong balls on their heads and so on and going around for being able to track their movement. So you're really using real actors to do this.
Yeah, we had real actors, good actors, kind of play out this whole thing. There's a real Jay, there's real Zoe. All the characters that you'll see in the comic book are real people, and it's fun. So it makes it a realistic expression of everything. And our last money bomb was actually to pay for their salaries. They're all non-union. They're not part of SAG or anything. So we and
Screen
this one
Actors
now
Guild.
is this current money bomb is to kind of help propel us forward into towards Sundance. It's a small part of our full budget, but it's an important expression from the fans to try to kind of get us going forward into the whole.
Well, I got a bunch of questions, so let's go ahead and whip through a bunch of them here.
Yeah.
When you are making this film, are there people? I know there's been some cameo appearances. Tell us some of the names that we might know.
We're working on some. Well, actually, we have Jordan Page, who's a musician. Well, I won't reveal what we did to him, but but he's playing music on. Is going to have a song in there, and he will have a appearance on there as a roadside musician. We have a whole thing with. There's a. I can give two speculative names. I mean, we're working with. The Iced Earth is a metal band where the leader, John Schaefer, has moved into doing a Liberty project of metal Liberty music. They have a song called Jekyll Island, which is how I found them on the radio, called Sons of Liberty is this project. And working hard to work with them and certainly cross-promote with them now. It's a perfect overlay. And he's also part of the Sons of Liberty motorcycle club. And the big name that we're working on, and now that and now the time is ripe to kind of follow up with that. But we're trying to get the body. We're trying to get Jesse Ventura in there as the eccentric book author.
That'll be fun.
He'd be great, but he's a great crossover because he's going to make it in the comic book world. All of our comic friends are going to love it. The wrestling overlays there, and he's a big proponent of liberty, a big proponent for this kind of conspiracy world that our movie lives in.
Well, go ahead and tell, for people that are interested from Freedom's Phoenix, did we get to make it in somehow? We got something in there somewhere?
Yeah, there's Freedom's Phoenix. Your logo is going to be on one of the walls. So we have a couple of, there's a layer where I won't reveal where it is, where the rebels have their hideout. But I think Free State Project is going to have their logo on the wall in there somewhere too. But we're still just going to, there's all kinds of graffiti and pictures in there. And
plaster the walls, man. Just make it, the honeycomb hideout,
Yeah. Well, if they're looking for the big donor to put their logo on the bars of silver in the refinery, because there's this big refinery with melting metal and bars of silver, and I want somebody to pay the big bucks to have their logo on.
Well, tell me what big bucks are.
So, but what we're doing right now...
What? That wasn't rhetorical. Tell me how much the big bucks are. Your bid starts at what?
I'm not going to share that on the radio.
Yeah. Well, share it with me off, because I always look for an opportunity to promote. I'll tell you this. This is what goes on. Yeah. There has been an entire culture of freedom that's been supported in the lean days during the 80s and 90s and so on. The 90s, this libertarian thing was not. I wouldn't even know. Librarian what? I mean, nobody even understood it.
Right.
What happened was, as we were doing a lot of our activism, I've been doing this for 22 years, so it's the same old thing. The only difference is that instead of just being well-known in Arizona, it starts to expand. What happens is it attracts a lot of people with resources, a lot of people that are supportive, a lot of people that are looking for people to support. Like Jordan Page's new album's come out. I'll get 100 copies of it, and we'll give it away as premiums or something and do some kind of whatever on Freedom's Phoenix to support his efforts. RTR.org, we use them, working with them on doing different things. We support and give attention to them.
We have a movie too, actually, RTR.
Yeah, no. I mean, we're all. It's a very small community, and what happens is there have been people out there just waiting. You just got to tell me what the figure is, and we'll put it out and say this much gets whatever, and they'll go, you know what? That might not be a bad idea. So let me know, and we'll work on it. Now,
okay.
Some of the other things is, are you getting some kind of a feedback to give you some excitement about the movie? Or are you kind of wishing there was more or something? I mean, 10,000 fans doesn't suck.
Yeah, and we get good feedback, and we're always eager for more. And we try to encourage discussions. We have all kinds of things on our blogs. I mean, the big feedback right now can definitely be at moneybomb.silvercircle.com, and to get pledges and get people to help support us that way. But words are great. People should comment on the blogs, on YouTube, everywhere else.
Is there anywhere
shows, we get a lot of energy? Especially the comic shows, which are so big. But we go to precious metal shows, and we go to libertarian and political type shows. We'll be at CPAC, wandering the floors, looking to get supporters.
Wow. They May not be the most prime crowd, but, you know, you get
well,
something.
We have a, you know, I mean, you know where our heart is, but there's a variety of people that support it. The silver crowd is really interesting because they're basically libertarian, but like with money, and you know, and they're voting with their feet in terms of buying up the silver. They're not activists, generally speaking.
Well, this is the way to be
silver.
an easy activist.
Yeah.
You know, just
yeah.
promoting the film. That's another thing. Are you going to go for a wide distribution? I'm sure as much as you can get away with, but at what point are you going to start just, you know, it's on DVD, go get it?
Our goal is really, I mean, it's going to partially depend on how we do at Sundance or Cannes or whichever one we get into. But we're going to be pushing to get it into as many theaters as we can and try to get a run on it, just because that's where you get out to the most minds. And, you know, but soon after that, you know, there's online, there's DVD, everything else.
Everything else. Everything. You know, and we're supportive of it. We want to help them with everything else. Pasha, thanks for coming on, man. You know, we'll be checking in more to get an update on what's going on with Silver Circle. You put on in a Google search Silver Circle, boom, shakalaka, done. You get all the information there.
Oh, yeah.
And they got a fiat money bomb, you know, that's coming up. And when is that, February 1st?
February 1st, but sign up now. It's moneybomb.silvercirclemovie.com.
Moneybomb.silvercirclemovie.com. Go check it out. These guys are far along. It's been going on for years, and it's just right there. We'll be right back. This is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and the radio talk show host of Declare Your Independence. Now, I want to give you my personal endorsement of a wealthy U.S. citizen that is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He's produced a video for you. It's a real eye-opener, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to watch it. www.endofamerica, the numbers 1 and 7.com. Endofamerica17.com. This video has the history of how we got where we are now and where we're going and why. Now, it's a lengthy video. It'll be about 20 minutes, but you need to watch this so you understand what's going to happen to this country and how you can protect your wealth and even benefit financially. Now, you go there. It's free. I want you to watch this video. You need to have this information so that you can survive the economic collapse that's coming to America. It's not if, it's when. That's End of America, the numbers 1 and 7.com. After you watch it, you'll understand why I endorse it.